Hi y'all, my name is Dee and I love to suffer, and let me tell you why. I just had probably one of the most stressful fucking weeks of my life. It really shouldn't have been. My boss went out of town. She went to Mexico. God bless her. I was left responsible for a bunch of people I'm not normally responsible for. All these niggas suck. There's really no nice way to say it. These niggas suck. I can't stand them. I was really contemplating dropping out and slanging crack because the amount of stress and I don't like that I felt this whole week was really ghetto. One, I really want to just sit here and complain. To start this video off, a bitch want to complain a little bit because I'm tired, boss. I'm real fucking tired. Hopefully everything is hooked up and nothing is awry. I also asked on my Instagram, what would you guys like me to talk about? Some of the topics that you guys were interested in me talking about would take a little bit more research, a little more diving in than I feel comfortable with doing just off the rip, like on the sly. I'm just complaining about my day for the first part of it. There's a man that just started working here. Honestly, I don't understand time at all and I cannot hold on to it, so it's very hard for me to conceptualize like what time is and how to keep track of it. So I can't tell you for how long this man's been working here, but from the second that I met this man, I got vibes. It's really rare, real rare for me to get like physically uncomfortable with somebody being around me. So I tried to keep it to myself and I posted about it a bit and I was like, okay, there's something wrong with you. So I'm gonna just kind of play this fast and loose and keep my distance. I am a naturally social person. I like making people laugh. I like interacting with people. I like to make sure if you're around me, you're having a good time. Even with me being like, I don't like you. I don't like you. I've been still trying to be a little bit nice. So the first few times I interacted with him, he kind of snapped at me and I'm like, okay. I was going to keep it to myself. I feel like when it's stuff like that happening and you notice it, I feel like maybe you should say something as soon as possible. Of course, I'm not a super confrontational person. I don't like arguing with people. I don't like arguing at all because, bitch, I'm soft. I know people by default will say really hurtful things. I've never been that type of person. I'm not going to take something you've told me in private and then throw it back in your face. I'm not that kind of person. Anything I say to you, I've thought about it for a while and I said it exactly the way I want to say it. I'm not that type of person. So I'm like, don't be mean to me because I know you niggas is mean and I don't like when people are mean to me. Anyway, the entire thing has made me super uncomfortable. I tried to talk to my boss about it, but I don't really feel like she took me seriously because... And also, like, I have a big ass personality. I'm pretty domineering. I don't mean to be. I like what I like, and I like to do things in the smartest way, in the easiest way possible, because much of a hard worker as I am, I'm fucking lazy, bitch. I'm too cute to be working hard. Like, why would I do that? That's ghetto. That's not what we do over here. I let my boss know about the interaction and I was like, let me just let the interaction stay between you and him because I don't got time for this. And I pop off. Like, I have a couple of head injuries that made it really hard for me to like regulate my emotions and my temper. I'm a lot older now. It's a lot easier for me to just kind of be like, okay, you are seen and I'm gonna let that be. I don't like being disrespected, bitch. I'm fucking crazy. I do not like being disrespected. I fucking hate it. Especially when like my default is nice to you until you prove me otherwise. There's a whole ass Trump supporter working at my company. He's let us know. He was like, yeah, my last job, they told me take my Trump flags down. And I was like, bitch, I don't like that, but as long as you do your job properly, I can mind my business because I don't have to interact with you on that level. I'm not going home with you. I'm not doing nothing with you other than work. That man be working. He sure do. And honestly, he's a nice man, but like race war breakout, I'm gonna let them get you, son. I'm gonna let them get your ass. Like, even with that, I still interact with this man just fine. He ain't said nothing too spicy. Like, he be kind of hinting and shit. He ain't said nothing too spicy to me, so it's enough for me to be like, okay, fine. I can look past that. I really don't know what the energy is that is coming off of this nigga. I hate him. Loathe Every time I see him, my face twists up. I know it. Literally, I want to say Thursday, he walked in and he was asking me a question, baby. When I tell you he repeated himself by 6 times, he was like, where's Jennifer? Where's Jennifer? Where's Jennifer? Where's Jennifer? First off, I don't know who the fuck raised you. Say excuse me. If you want attention, bitch, say excuse me. Don't just be talking at me. Don't talk at me. It pisses me off. When he said that like 6th one, I went, and I pointed to the bathroom and I just could not control my face. I literally hate him. I wouldn't piss on this man to put him out if he was on fire. That week that it was just me and them, honestly, I've never had a week of my boss being out of town go so poorly. That shit was crazy to the point where I had to like check in with higher ups because I was like, I don't know where the fuck my staff is. They were told they need to let me know what the fuck is going on. I'm the type of person, you only got to tell me something once. Like, if I'm working with you, if you're like, hey, can you knock this out? Consider it already done. I'm a point me in a direction and shoot type bitch. I do my job. I don't ask unnecessary questions. Like, I just do things. And I don't know if that's just because I was in the military. Why am I arguing with you? If the shit is dumb, okay, the dumb shit you asked me to do, if you tell me to do it in this roundabout, dumbass way, I'm gonna do exactly the way you asked me to. You're not smart enough to think ahead and come up with an easier way to do things. They were told, hey, this is the person you need to check in with. It's me. I don't make demands. I ask people politely to do things. So again, if I'm meeting you with niceness, like, bitch, meet me with niceness. Or you're gonna get a real ugly version of me. That's my toxic trait. Like, I'm gonna come at you nice, but you get one time to fuck around and find out. I literally had to like keep track of everything everybody was doing. Like, I was getting calls from my upper ups and they were like, well, what's going on? Well, what's this? And what's going on here? And what's that? And I'm like, bitch, I don't know. I just work here. I'm very ugly and I make very little money. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say to you. I don't know what's going on. And I already told these niggas what they needed to do. I'm in here with my clown nose on. It's a circus. I let my upper ups know and they're like, I don't like that either. And I'm like, look, I'm just gonna give you the information that I have. As much as I do not like this person, there might be versions or portions of the story that I don't know, and I'm just seeing certain things a certain way. I don't want to ever be the type of person that just sees things in a polarized way. Like, I try to leave room for all portions of the story. But from what I can see, this nigga not doing no work, and I don't know why he's still here. I pass this information along. I'll talk to your boss when she gets back. And I'm like, okay, cool. No problem. Keisha! So I was like, okay, cool. You can do whatever. It's kind of gotten to the point where I keep saying, you know what? That's not my business. Let me stay in my lane. As much as I am an immoral person, I do have morals. And really, they're just be excellent to each other. I try to do that. No matter who I'm interacting with, I always let them know, like, I don't want to be shitty to you. If there's ever a point in time that I have an attitude, girl, check me. Be like, hey, I really don't like the way you just spoke to me. Of course, I'm going to apologize and I'm going to do my best to not let that happen again. I'm very considerate. To have this man in here shucking and jiving in my face really upsets me. That's kind of what's been going on. It's gotten to the point where, like, I go to work uncomfortable. I be so fucking uncomfortable at work. Like, I hate it. It makes me mad. And every time I see this nigga walk by, I'm like I feel my blood pressure spike. I really just need to get this off of my spirit. I need it off my spirit because I want to live in peace. To see somebody so blatantly disrespect me and disregard the things that I say, I get really angry when I'm being disrespected because I'm like, why? I don't get it, bitch. Why? I needed to rant about that for a little bit and my boss was like, I'll write him up. And I'm like, girl, we'll see. I just don't trust nothing these niggas say. I'm gonna go ahead and go into my Instagram and I'm gonna read some of them and just kind of riff off of those. This is gonna be a chaotic video. I'm gonna allow myself to be very chaotic. Let me calm down. I'm doing too much. Okay, so there is a comment from Cosmic Kid 56. Sorry, goddamn, I swear I can read. It says, what initially inspired you to create your art series and what is it like to use yourself as a format for one of your main characters? Okay, so the reason that I created my Enix series is because I literally don't have a sex life. It's that simple. I don't have one. Because of that, it's been a pandemic. I'm an incredibly reclusive person. I just feel like like there are certain things that I need to like express within myself within my art series. And I feel like I started it really just out of desperation. I started it because I was like, I have so many things I've experienced in my life, and there's so many things I want that I know for a fact I'm never going to find in one person, and maybe not ever at all. I was like, let me create the versions of the people that I wish I had in my life at, when I was younger and now. Really, that's the short of it. I have to use myself as the reference point because it's about me. These are my feelings. These are the things I experience, and it makes me happy. I've been drawing myself for such a long time that it is absolutely like blinking or breathing for me when I draw myself in these like situations. It's so easy for me to do that it seemed like a no-brainer to use myself. Like I couldn't see me drawing anyone else as the main character of this series because of how, of course, deeply personal it is to me. And also that like it's just fucking fun, dude. Sometimes you need to draw yourself getting put in the pretzel by a 7-foot demon. I mean, that's what I wake up for, okay? That's what I thrive off of. I love that shit. That's my favorite flavor. But yeah, that's the short of it. I don't have like a long-winded thing. My friend Nymph, she says fat coochie tips and tricks, hot takes on dick size, and the audacity that people have. As my boss says, I got a puffy puss. Okay, she's thick ass bits, and I've had thick bits for a long time, to the point where like wearing bathing suits was full on stressful for me. I fucking hated doing it. I'm a lot more comfortable in my body now that like I just don't give a fuck. Growing up, it was very, very difficult for me because I was like built like a skateboard, had thick bits. I don't know what else to say. I wish I could tell you tips and tricks because I still suffer. I guess a tip, baby, why are y'all afraid to wear granny panties? Aerie has some cute ass granny panties. Get you some granny panties. Victoria's Secret is not it. Unless they gonna sponsor me sometime in the future, that is not it. They make panties for girls who got band-aid size coochies. Don't be wearing those if you shit chunky. They're just not built for us, and we have to come to terms with that. I'm sorry. There's a whole lot of size 0 white girls out there with the little mini puss. I'm not one of those bitches. All of my underwear gotta have them thick ass centers. I can barely even wear thongs. I can't wear thongs really because they don't make the coochie part big enough. And I'm tired of this. Who do I need to write? My senator? Because this isn't fair to any of us. And like, shout out to you if your coochie can fit in them Victoria's Secret underwear. I'm sorry, bitch, that's not relatable to me. I can't relate. Number one trick, get you some fat coochie part panties. Oh, also, if you got, I used to always say that I would have a thigh gap if my pussy wasn't so fat. I would have a thigh gap. Maybe not now because I'm a little thick. I just started working out again. There is a brand called Lumi. It's like deodorant for your just whole fucking body. But anywho, I hope you guys can see this. But I use this on my thighs and honestly all over my fucking just lower section. I feel like I've said this before. You are a younger person watching this video. First of all, child, why are you here? You should not be here. This is a video for adults. But I do understand that like body odor and body image and everything is just for everyone. So if you are here watching and you're like in high school or I don't know, you're in track or something. One, periods are not fucking embarrassing. I'm sorry that the world made you feel that way. Like it's okay to not like blood and just be like, man, I fucking hate this, because periods are uncomfortable and they suck. But don't let people make you feel bad about shit that's normal. If you have a vagina, sweat happens. Your ass is gonna sweat, your boobs are gonna sweat, your fucking underarms, you're gonna be fucking sweaty, especially if you're an active person and you're running around doing hood rat shit. Lumi deodorant is quite literally one of the best things I've ever discovered, because like I work out, I sweat so fucking much everywhere. I hate sweating, which is why I was a swimmer for so fucking long. God damn it, sweating is normal. Yeah, it's embarrassing to smell bad, but like Lumi deodorant goes so fucking hard. This is not a sponsored post. I just really love it. I'm gonna go ahead and say, for the ladies with the fat coochies, Lumi deodorant goes hard as fuck. I recommend buying some, keeping some in your purse. They're impeccable. I think my favorite one is the warm vanilla one. If you got chunky bits and thick ass thighs, rub that shit on the inside of your thighs. Like, it smells so fucking good. It's not overpowering. I think they have the unscented ones as well. I don't use that because I like to smell like fragrances. is. Also, there are some people who have really sensitive vaginas. If there's ever a point in time where you're struggling with like how you smell, with these people who do have sensitive vaginas to where like a fucking warm wind can throw your pH off, that is also normal for people who have sensitive vaginas. This is not a cure-all. I'm not a doctor. I will say, like, if you know your body and you're used to your body and something throws your shit off, these slap. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't have sensitive bits, but I do like to just have them just in case my pH does get thrown off for something fucking absolutely insane. It's normal. Like, I'm not about to sit here and be like, sometimes your crotch can smell bad. Sometimes your fucking crotch smells bad. Sometimes you smell bad, and that's normal. Take a fucking shower, slap some fucking Lumi on. If your pH is off, get you some little boric acid, boys. They pop into your fucking vagina. I say carry a panty liner with you. Fucking rock on. So look, I know I'll be drawing people with big old dicks, and I've encountered a few in my day, but can a bitch just get a regular size dick? Can you come to the party with regular size dick? I don't know. Look, I'm gonna go from like 5 to maybe 7. I know it's a lot of size queens out there. Girl, you go off. More big dicks for you, because D is not gonna do it. That seems like a lot of work, and I like having dick in my mouth, okay? I've tried to suck huge dicks. It's too hard for all of us. I'm good at this. You're not gonna have me embarrassed. I'm gonna look at it and be like, sir, would you like me to take him to dinner? Sir, could I get his petticoat for him? I don't know what else you want me to do with it. Can't do nothing with that. I've encountered them. Okay, let's blend. It was back in my younger hoe days. I had met this young man through a mutual friend, and I was enamored. He was really handsome, taller than me. He was a bit chaotic, but you know what? Kind of loved it. I was trying. He was reading poetry. Girl, I hate slam poetry. That shit is embarrassing. I hate slam poetry. If you do slam poetry, more power to you. I hate that shit. It is so lame. I'm sorry. I know that's really mean, but I don't like it. But girl, I was there. Oh my God. Because I was there trying to get a little something. I was like, oh my God, he's so handsome. I love him. We exchanged numbers. We start chatting. He's like, hey, do you want to come over to my house? And I was like, say less. I showed up there. I knew what time it was. I had shaved. I oiled it down, baby. I was really there, ready to pop, lock, and drop it. A whole lot of firsts happened there. Sent me to God with his mouth. I went up, I saw my ancestors, and I was like, yo, like, this is crazy, right? That's wild. And they were like, girl, I don't know what you doing up here. Look like you having a good ass time down there. And I said, you know what? I'll fuck with you. I'll be back in a little bit. That was wonderful. I had a great time with that. And then my good bitch took his clothes off. I've never recoiled so quickly in my life, and I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, oh my goodness, it was awful. No ma'am, this man's dick, it rolled like a red carpet out of them fucking slacks, honey. I looked around to my neighbor and I said, I don't know, neighbor, what am I to do? And my neighbor looked at me and said, girl, I have no fucking clue. Bars. I kind of recoiled, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm already here. We might as well turn up. I did what I could. Mouth-wise. We met. I said, sir, how are you doing? Okay. That's really wonderful. So I'm not really sure exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here, but you know what? I'm gonna give it the old college, because mama didn't raise no bitch. I did what I could, and my friend, for what I was doing, he looked like he was enjoying it. He might have just been being nice. Homeboy looked at me directly in my Caucasian face and said, get on top. And I said, sir, huh? What? Do you mind running that back? The way I had to gather myself, I had to get all of my spoons together, because I got up there. I went as far as I could go. When I tell you, this man grabbed my hips and just, I left my body. I was right back up there with my ancestors, and I said, is this y'all calling me home? Because I feel like y'all could have let me go in my sleep. This is a lot for me. And mind you, I was at my fighting weight at this time. I'm 5'7", and I had to have been like 140, 139. Like, I was in tippy-toppy shape. So it wasn't like my little Megan Thee Stallion knees were not doing their job, honey. It was just, I feel as if in my spirit, it went in and then came directly out of my mouth. It was, when people say rearranging of guts, I understood. I finally was in clarity. I had never squirted before in my life. I thought I pissed myself. It was hilarious. Now looking back, it was so funny. When it happened, I was like, how am I supposed to get out of this room when I just peed on this man? I had never even heard of it, okay? I had never even heard of that. I had no idea that was a thing that could happen. And he did, but like, he didn't share with the class because he just kind of looked down and laughed. And I was like, is this your thing, sir? Like, you need Jesus, a Bible. I'm calling the Vatican. I am contacting the Pope, and I'm having both of us excommunicated because this is not right. I got up and I looked at him, and honey, the whole surface area was covered. And I was like, my bad. And he was like, for what? And I was like, this situation I've just put us in. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, sir. And he was like, this? Do you not know? And I was like, yet again, would you like to share with the class? Baby, when he explained to me what occurred, I was like, oh wow, that's really interesting. I had no idea. I never want to do that again. Like this, that is a moment that you should have with a longtime partner. Stuttering Stanley. There was just so much happening so quickly that my brain was literally in slow-mo. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I literally need Jesus. My ancestors up there looking at me like, fuck are we supposed to do, girl? You put yourself in this situation. And at the end of it, oh, and mind you, I forgot to tell you, this man's dick was like 10 fucking inches long. I will never do that again. It's not that I didn't have a good time, but to be caught off guard and to have never encountered something like that in your Jewish American life, it just was a lot for me. So I looked at my friend and I said, friend, you know we can't do this again, right? And he said, you know what? I understand. I've had this happen before. And that's really got to be so terrible. It's got to be terrible because I suffer with all this I got to be suffering. And I'm sure that there is a lady out there, if he hasn't already found her yet, that absolutely rides and dies for that dick. But I could not. Plus he was absolutely batshit insane, which, you know, what can you do? Because same, I too am unhinged. That was a story time for Laura Hilche. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. You said story times are your favorite. You got a little dash in there too. As far as the audacity, like I said, I've had a whole lot of hoe phase. I don't know what it is about these men. Say you don't like listening to your partner and go. Because I've been with a whole lot of people who watch a whole bunch of porn and think that regular sex is supposed to be that. I cannot stress this enough, you absolute goons. Ladies, gentlemen, and thems alike. Listen to your fucking partner. It doesn't even matter if it's like a one night stand type of thing. Y'all can still be like, okay, so like, what are you trying to do? Like, what would you like to do? What do you enjoy? And it's either something you can get behind or something you can't. But like, I had a very nice gentleman trying to have me up against the wobble. He was trying to hang this fine art on the wall like I deserved to be, but he was trying to do porn star dick things with I work at CVS dick. And that's fine. I knew what I was getting into with it. But I don't want to hear you being like, oh, you need to do this. Sir, your dick is not long enough to do that. I'm trying to work with what you got. I'm here because I wanted to be here. I agreed to the terms and conditions of this dick, okay? I've signed off on all of the things. I'm here to show you that we can both have an excellent time because I listen. You tell me, oh, I like that. I'm going to keep doing it, okay? You like this? Oh, you don't like that? You want to try this? I'm going to ask you questions. I'm doing after action reviews. But when you come into me or HEB bagger dick, I'm going to need you to stay in your pay grade, sir. You done watched all these porn stars trying to fucking showers. Baby, you not finna have my equilibrium off, concussion head ass falling and dying in nobody's shower. Cause now you got to explain to my mama why I done broke my fucking neck getting my little coochie ate in the shower. Cause you wanted to try to lift me up, sir. You're not strong enough. Got a lot of audacity. I need you guys to be realistic because you can always get better at sex. You can always get better at sex. And you know how you do that? By studying, listening, and learning. Okay? You got to do those 3 things. Again, it does not matter if your partner If you just stumble into a bar and you stumbled out with someone else, you can ask them, okay, so what you fucking with? Because I like being tased. You know, either that somebody's gonna be like, fuck yeah, dude, I have a taser, let's fucking go. You trying to get cattle prodded in the butthole? Somebody is going to rock with you. But the only way to get better is to listen and to ask questions. Afterwards, I love talking about what happened afterwards via text message. Like, oh my God, that was so exhilarating. I had so much fun. It's like, yeah, it was just that, like, it kept slipping out. First off, sir, I got tsunami wave coochie. I know what I'm doing because I listen. You, sir, I don't need you trying to say that this was any type of my fault, that your little dick was slipping and sliding all over the inner parts of my thigh. They ain't got nothing to do with me. They got everything to do with you. Because when you realize, okay, that ain't gonna work. First off, don't be lifting me up. Don't be trying to lift me up. You're not finna have me break my damn leg. You're not finna have me crush your ass. And then I have to explain to your mother why you suffocated to death. I am not trying to do all that. Do not put me in a situation. But I don't want to hear you being like, well, if you would have, what if I would have what? Because you trying to show out for who? Bitch, it's just us in here, nigga, and my ancestors, but they know what it is. It's just us in here. Who the fuck you trying to impress? Baby, I ain't got nothing set up for no cameras. Calm down. Fuck within your dick range. That is what I have to say. And there's a whole lot of ladies out there that be bragging on this shit that's mediocre. Baby, you need to listen because you're using too much teeth. I'm telling you. I'm already telling you. You're using too much teeth. You also have the audacity. Also, I'm a type of bitch that if you bring me to your house, I have a whole bag and I'm going to be like, I need a shower before we do this. Whether I'm sweaty or gross or not. I like to smell good because I get self-conscious. I don't want to be throwing it back and wondering what I smell like. Is it something that maybe he smells that I don't smell? I don't have time for that. I bring all of my equipment when I'm coming for a dick appointment. I simply can't. I simply can't. Well, I like when you sweat. Sir, I don't like when I'm sweaty. I will adhere to all of your terms and conditions, but I just cannot do that. It's a whole lot of ladies out there and themses that don't be thinking about everything, okay? Whole lot of y'all be having the audacity. Y'all gotta get it together. My baby Anna, and I want to do this so fucking bad, but I'd have to sit down and make a list because I watch so much true crime, like so much. I wake up and listen to true crime. I go to bed listening to true crime. When I'm putting my makeup on, I'm listening to true crime. If you walk up to me at any point in time, unless I'm dancing, that means I'm listening to music. Any other time, baby, I'm listening to true crime. That's what's going on. My sweet baby Anna, she says your favorite conspiracy theories are unsolved crimes that you're pretty sure you know who did it. Okay, don't come for me. This is pure speculation, but JonBenet Ramsey, look, this is pure speculation. Please do not try to sue me, Benet Ramsey family. But I think that little boy has something to do with her death. That little brother, I think he has something to do with her death. I said I think. This is not fact, okay? But I think that little boy has something to do with her death because it's giving murderer. It's giving murder. It's really giving murder. Okay, because I listened to that little 911 call and the way everybody was acting and was handling with kid gloves. Baby, a child died. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, my love is conditional. Let me find out my son is a rapist or my daughter is out here stalking and beating the shit out of men, look, or women. I'm gonna disown you, especially if you murder. Let me find out one of my children then murdered my other child. I'm giving you up. They gonna ask me, you have any kids? Oh yeah, I had one child that died. I'm giving you up. I'm not gonna be like, oh, my son did, this little boy did it. I don't know. Oh, but he got the same last name as you. That's really interesting, but I said what I said. I give up. I will excommunicate your ass from my life. Let me find out my child did something baseless. I'm gonna have to give you away. I'm gonna give you up. That little boy that was swimming, that raped that girl, and he only got like, I don't know, a little bit of time. I'm giving you up. I don't know you. I didn't go through labor with you. I don't know you. And if you come around here, I'm gonna beat you up. Like, my love is conditional. I cannot have children because of that. My love is conditional. You cannot be doing no evil shit and me ride with you. No, I'm gonna give you up. So that's just a little bit, but anyway, I have to actually sit down and make a list. And if I'm like, when I sit down and make that list, I got you, Anna. You know I love you so much. I literally can't wait to meet you in real life and record a video. Anna is so much funnier than I am, and I hate it. Like, every time I watch her, I'm like, this bitch is hilarious. I'm disgusted. Like, we can't be around each other because, like, she's too funny. She's too funny. She's too funny to be around me. You're not gonna embarrass me, bitch. My baby Sherry, she says, I would love to know the things that inspire your aura, movies, music, comics, anything pop culture or art related. Not just the things that inspire my art, but my entire personality. I was forged through fire, honey. I am one of the darkest ones in my family, and I am my father's child. I'm such an awkward person. I do too much, and my brain moves too fast for my mouth. So that got me into a whole lot of shit, and I'm sure y'all watched the other video of me just kind of talking about why I am the way that I am. But I'm one of those people that decided either I'm gonna continue being a little bitch and crying about it, or I can be the kindness and the goofy and the fun that I'd like to see in the world. And I don't do it all the time, I don't get to do it all the time, but for the most part, that's the default of my personality. Growing up in poverty, it's really hard to find joy in a lot of things, like especially while you're an adult. But like as a kid, even as sad as I could still find joy in most things. And that's one thing I try to keep doing. It's very difficult for me now because now I'm an adult and I have responsibilities and everything. But for the most part, me just trying to cope ended up having me here. Of course, I was one of those people that lost myself in comic books. I never liked reading because like I had undiagnosed ADHD my entire life. So trying to focus on reading words, very difficult for me. So when it came to me actually intaking any type of information that needed to be read outside of school, comic books were it. The colors, how everything flowed together, the movements of them. I grew up reading Thor, Batman. I've always hated Superman. I'm so sorry for the people who like Superman. I don't like him. But as I started getting a bit older, I read Fathom, I read Danger Girl, I got into The Boys, I started watching Invincible. Those were all the things that I've really pushed me into trying to grow my art. Of course, film and media. I am one of those people that I'm like, I go see a movie and I'm like, this is my personality for the next 6 years. That and really just the people around me trying to pull out that zest and goofiness. Like when I used to salsa dance, I used to act a fool. I was 100% a class clown. And again, I have my father's personality, so his good and bad qualities, but I could have a conversation with a brick wall and have a good time. I like overdoing things and being theatrical and rolling around. I just like putting all of my energy into the things that I do. That's another reason why my job has been so hard lately, because I work so well with people, and to have someone whose energy is just so fucked and me still being like, okay, I want to give this person the benefit of the doubt because I don't know what this person's experienced in their life, and them going out of their way to be just absolute dirtbags, that's the type of shit that will make me wish you die. So there's that. I feel things very deeply and extreme because of that, and because of the like wisdom that age has given me. I try to make sure that I do my best to focus on the things that are pleasurable and fun and good for me in excess. I try not to deny myself anything. I love food. I love water. Like, oof, I love water. I get angry if I can't have it. But yeah, I wish that there was more of a detailed explanation of why I am the way that I am, but it's so many things, and it's really just a matter of me attempting to find joy and laughter and humor in things that otherwise wouldn't really be humorous. So I hope that answers the question, but if it doesn't, I'll try to swing back around to it and give it a little more life. Well, different kinks. Now look, I can't speak for everyone, okay? My sweet baby Jamaican Boma. I can only talk about the things that I like, the reasons in which I like them. I often say like, oh, I'm so soft, I'm really soft, but I haven't been able to be that for most of my life, because of how I was raised and who I was raised by. It's like, look, I didn't raise no bitch, you need to handle it. So it gets to the point where I have to be tough and in control all the fucking time, to the point where like, if I'm not, I get anxious and I get angry. I don't like when things don't go the way I planned for them to go. I adapt very well, but like any deviation in any plan that I have makes me irate. So, I like any kink that puts me in safe danger. I don't know how else to explain it. So, anything that has the illusion of lack of control, right? But that means that I trust whoever it is enough for them to read me, interact with me with that safe lack of control, if that makes sense. I really love shibari. I really, really love it. I think it's fucking incredible because, in my eyes, it's artistic and sensual, and it gives you that lack of control. Like, you can only move the way that the rigger is moving you. You can only shape the way the rigger is shaping you, and at times it pushes you past certain limits you think you have. And I think that can be incredibly freeing mentally, knowing that, like, okay, yes, this is a bit uncomfortable, but this person, I trust them and am bonding with this person. I'm having these barriers broken with someone that I am not only luckily attracted to, but also trust in order to give this control to them. And for me personally, because I'm so constantly like having to fix things or rectify things, which is the same thing, it's good for me to let someone else think for me sometimes. As I've stated before, I'm a switch, but like at this point in my life, I'm like, I don't have any interest in doing that. I am tired of control right now. Like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it right now because, bitch, I'm tired. And I just want somebody else to do it. Like, think for me. Do a thing for me. Do it. But yeah, I really love shibari. I've already talked about CNC. Love it. It's like watching horror movies for me, right? Like, that thrill and, like, I don't know what it is about, like, fear that, like, releases fucking endorphins in my brain. I love that shit. Like, scare the fuck out of me. I love that flavor. And also, there's a few people that are like, what's CNC? It's consensual non-consent. So you're basically, again, let's round it back around. This is about talking to your partners. So if you are going to attempt to do this, like, responsibly, do not do this with strangers. Don't try to do this shit on a first date. I don't know you, nigga. And I watch too much true crime for you to have me rolled up in a carpet somewhere in somebody's hole. I don't have time. Realistically, I can't tell you what to do as long as y'all are consenting adults. Like, I really can't tell you what to do. I can only recommend that you are doing things like this with people that you trust and that you've had conversations about it with. In my eyes, of course, I'd want it to be somebody I trust, but I would probably do somebody I'm like really close friends with. Someone who has the capacity to be like aggressive and scary, but also know you well enough to know when to stop and how far they can push you. And again, that's something that can't be concluded unless you communicate with your partner. There's so many different scenarios that could go terribly wrong. I just don't want that for you guys. Like, I don't want that for y'all. I've never actually been able to like have a partner, like, I guess, partake in CNC with me, but it is definitely something that I would absolutely do with someone that I trusted and held to a high regard. For me, I would want that person to be purely dominant. Like, I'm sorry, this is no shade to the other switches out there, but if you a switch or you lean more towards sub, like, don't hit me up. Like, I'm not interested. I'm really just not. I'm really not. And honestly, I respect you enough to let you know you don't have to pretend to be shit around me, like, just because you're interested or attracted to me or whatever. Like, don't pretend to be anything you're not. Be whatever you are authentically. Like, even if you're a fucking douchebag, I respect you being like, I'm a piece of shit. Because at least that tells me, like, I can avoid you. And I'm going to respect you all the more for living in your fucking truth. But, like, again, this is just who I am right now. Like, at this phase in my life, like, I would want to do this with someone who is purely dominant. Of course, that's a good person. Like, no shit. I would want to, interact with a person who's like, I have zero interest in being submissive. Like, I'm just a dom. That's just what I am. I'm obsessed with latex. It's so pretty. It is so fucking pretty to me. I love how it feels, like the restriction, and it just looks good. It looks good. Everybody looks good in latex. I'm sorry. Like, all body types, everybody looks good in latex. Every single body. Everybody. It's incredible. It's truly a fantastic material. I don't know what it is that I love love about it. It might just be the look and the feel. I don't know what it is about it, but wow, absolutely incredible. I wish I had more money because I would live in it. I would go to work in that shit. It's so pretty to me. All-time favorite. I have so fucking many. I have so many, but like sometimes you don't have like a name for them. Oh yeah. Shout out to my homie, Inspection Kinks. Okay, so Inspection Kinks are when your partner is like basically inspecting you. They're like observing you. They're looking at you in your most raw and vulnerable form, and chef's kiss. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it's so high school, like the curiosity, it's just so innocent. I don't know. I really can't put words to it. This is, again, pure chaos, pure fucking chaos. That's another one that I would have to like put together a list and then kind of like run through everything. Okay, so that one's Tommy, an overly dramatic explanation of your favorite color. I have a few favorite colors. They kind of switch out as far as like which one's like the top one, because my default favorite color is blue. My other default favorite color is orange and jade green. So right now I'd say orange is kind of what I've been feeling lately. When I look at orange, think of how you feel during the summer when you were a child, or maybe like you were in high school or middle school. High school just let out, middle school just let out, the bell just rang. You and your homies are about to link the fuck up and not do shit the whole summer. You're just playing video games, fucking running around the city. It's hot. It's like it's like that deep warm that you feel kind of radiating from inside of your skin outward. Or like, you know, you're running around outside, you're drinking from the fucking water hose, you can hear cicadas and shit. I'm from Texas. You can hear cicadas fucking chirping in the fucking distance. It's grasshoppers jumping on shit. And you look up and the sky is that fucking beautiful ass warm but cool blue. Puffy clouds in the sky. That's how I feel when I look at orange. That radiating warmth is how I feel about the color orange. And it imbues me. It sits in my spirit. I love looking at it. It makes me so happy. It changed my life, okay? It once saved my children from a burning building. It also greased my scalp, protected me from bacon grease landing upon my bare chest. It protected me. It kept me safe and warm. I hope that was dramatic enough. But also, I'm about to hit an hour. I just hit an hour. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I just wanted to make a video. I wanted to spend that little first bit complaining because it's been sitting heavy on my spirit. Because when I tell you I hate this nigga, I really mean it. I don't hate him in that deep way that I hate my brother. It's steadily getting there. That's how I feel about this gentleman. I was tired of it. I said I have to give it to God. And I know I'm gonna still probably sit and think about it and still be mad, but this was a step in the right direction because I want to swing on this nigga. I be hoping he falls off the roof and shit. Like, it's something wrong with me. Thank you so much for watching. This is about to be very chaotic and I apologize in advance. Y'all have a great day.
Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.